All right, number 20. The graph of the linear function f is shown in the xy plane above. The graph of the linear function g, not shown, is perpendicular to the graph of f and passes through the point 1, 3. All right, what is the value of g of 0? Okay, so we're solving for g of 0, so that means we're plugging in 0 into the g function, okay, and solve for what that is. But we had to kind of figure out what the g function is. Right, we know that the g function is perpendicular to f, right? The graph that we have, the f function perpendicular to that line, and also passes through the point 1, 3. 1, 3 right there, that's a point. Okay, so it should be perpendicular, so I had to form a 90-degree angle, right? Was the f function. So what we can do is this, to know exactly what the slope is for the g function. We know for perpendicular lines, their slopes are always, well, for perpendicular lines, slopes are opposite reciprocals of each other. Okay, so for perpendicular lines, the slopes are opposite reciprocals, which means we have to make the number opposite, okay, and then we have to flip the fraction, that'll be reciprocal. So what we can do is we can solve for the slope for letter f of x. You can solve it, or we can just look at a graph and kind of count it, right? Since we already have the slope, the graph. But you can see that the slope went down 2 over 1 to the right. Okay, so for the line, we go down 2 over 1. So the slope for f of x, yeah, so for f of x should be just negative 2 over 1, right? So just negative 2. Okay, so the f of x function slope is negative 2 because we go down 2 over 1 to the right. So we slope is rise over run, right? But we go down 2 over 1, so we negative 2. All right, then we know the g of x function slope should be what? Remember, they're perpendicular, right? So the slope had to be opposite reciprocal. So negative 2, opposite will be positive, and then reciprocal. So 2 over 1, we flip it, is going to be 1 over 2. Okay, so the slope for the g function is 1/2. Okay, so for the g function is 1/2. So, and we also know that the g function goes through 1, 3, right? So we could kind of graph this, right? So slope for g function is up 1 over 2, and we can go left 2 down 1 as well. So this will be the line. Oops, let me draw this. So this is roughly where the line is. Okay. And now we know for this line is g of x, and we're trying to answer a question, what's g of 0? So that means when x is 0, what's the y value of this line? So it should be the y-intercept, right? That's where x is 0. It seems like we're looking at this point, which is halfway between 2 and 3. So it should be 2.5. Okay, so if you're running short on time on the test, once you're here, you can pretty much see it's halfway in between 2 and 3. Okay, because slope is 1 over 2, so up 1 over 2. So it should be halfway there. So you can just say 2.5. And that is the correct answer. Okay, so it's 2.5 or 5 over 2. If you want to verify this algebraically, we can write out the equation for g of x is y equal to 1/2 x, right? Because slope is 1/2 plus b, and we can solve for the y-intercept algebraically. And we can do it using this point because we know how to go through 1, 3. So you can plug in 3 and 1 for x and y. All right, so it'll be 3 equal to 1/2 times 1 plus b. 3 equal to 1/2 plus b, and then to solve for b, we do minus 1/2. Okay, so you get 2.5 equal to b, which again is 2.5 or 5 over 2. Okay, but on the Scantron, you don't want to bubble in the mixed number, right? Don't do 2 and 1/2. The computer won't read it correctly. Okay, so you want to convert to an improper fraction. So either 5 over 2 or 2.5. That should be our final answer. Okay. Yep. So that should be it for number 20.